Hi, I'm Karen, and today we're hiking up the Huachuca Canyon Trail in Huachuca Canyon on Fort Huachuca. So it's the triple Huachuca. I never do a triple crown of hiking, so the triple Huachuca I think will be a great hike for me to do. I highly encourage you to get online and do a search for what the requirements are to get onto Fort Huachuca if you want to hike here. I'm not going to spell it all out here because the process changes pretty regularly. Right now though, I can give you a tip that they do run a quick background check on you if you need to get a pass to get on post. I retired in April and I started doing weekly hikes pretty soon after that in order to maintain my sanity. And I hope you will also find something to maintain your sanity until things get back to normal again. So this is about 2 miles from where I parked my car. And this is where, according to Leonard Taylor's Trails of the Huachucas book, the Huachuca Canyon Trail starts. My goal is to eventually hike all 75 or so of the trails that he has listed in his guidebook. It's a really terrific guidebook. I try to mention it every time that I hike because it's very unusual for someone to put that much time and energy and produce such a great little local hiking guide. Today, back where I parked was about 5,800 feet. It has been not steep at all these first couple of miles. Probably gained 100 or 200 feet. And if I'm able to make it all the way up to Huachuca Peak today, we'll be at 8,400 feet. My safety tip for the day is to always check the weather before you go out hiking. Because I'd actually intended to do this hike on Monday, and it's been so dry and hot, I figured it'd be no problem, let's just go hike. But fortunately I checked the weather and discovered that it was going to rain on Monday and Tuesday in the morning. So we've come up the canyon from about half a mile from where the trail guide says to park, which is like 2 miles later than I parked, but at any rate. So here we are, and the guide says when there's a fork in the trail, and here's the fork, the wider fork is to the right, and the guide says to stay to the left. So this is the way I'm heading. I do know, since I've done this a couple times this spring, once with my husband and once on my own, that it is going to get steeper along here, and I will probably be huffing and puffing a bit. So I'm going to put the camera away. Well, if we had smell-o-vision, I would tell you that there's a skunk in the area. Going down this way it's a steep descent, and it will take you back down to Huachuca Canyon Road, sort of a little loop trail. This trail over here, which appears to be blocked off, I've taken before, and although it looks like quite a trail here, what I found is that I didn't find. I lost the trail at some point and ended up going straight up and ran out of time previously and came back down. So what today I did was hiked up here, just goes 100 yards or so, and there's no real view, but it was shady and breezy, really nice. I stopped and had a snack and I came back down, and now I'm heading back down the way I came. But as I was up on having my snack, you can see if you go up this way, and head to the left. There is what seems to be quite a trail, and I must have just missed it last time. At any rate, I don't think I'm going to try a third time to come up and get to Huachuca Peak from this route. I may try McClure Canyon Trail next, or one of the trails over in the Garden Canyon area that should take me up there. Anyway, hopefully one of these days I will make it all the way up. And this downhill is steep, and so I'm going to put the camera away and use my poles and probably slip on my rear end at least once, because that's the way I roll. We've passed the steepest portion of the trail. We've passed the big pile of bear poop. Just been an awesome hike. Okay, those jays, they're not happy with me being around here. We did about 5.5 miles today on the Huachuca Canyon Trail in Huachuca Canyon on Fort Huachuca. So that's the triple Huachuca. Not up to Huachuca Peak though. We could have had the quadruple Huachuca. I hope you'll come along with me next week. I hope to go up maybe McClure Canyon and see if I make it up to Huachuca Peak that way. It's all about the journey, not the destination. That's what they say, isn't it? Our safety tip for the day, remember to check the weather. For a hike this morning in Huachuca Canyon, and there's a little family of javelina right here. I had actually just stopped to take a picture of the moon, which is lovely. But instead, we've got 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's the big leader. And I will stay right over here, out of their way. And here comes the last one. What a treat. And that's a javelina. They're kind of hanging out down there in the gutter, chewing on something good. They're heading down into that gutter.